Hey everybody, it's Flatbread Friday, and I had some ricotta cheese that I got on sale and some greens in my refrigerator. So today we're gonna do a ricotta, spinach, and arugula pizza, and it's gonna be yummy and pretty and white, and let's get her done. First thing we're gonna do is season our ricotta. And this pizza is all about the ricotta. So we're gonna season all of this. I don't know if we're gonna use it all because it's gotta be spread pretty thin. But we're gonna start with some salt and pepper. Some Italian herbs. This is basil, parsley, and oregano. And about a teaspoon of chopped fresh garlic. And now we're going to mix this in till it's very well blended, smooth and blended together nicely. And now we're going to season some roasted garlic oil. If you don't have any roasted garlic oil in the house, you just use olive oil with some garlic powder. But since this is roasted garlic oil, we're just gonna do a little more salt and pepper with this one. And some more of those herbs. And blend that together. Herby and oily. And now we are going to build our pizza. Our oven is preheating to 450 degrees, which is the recommended temperature for the Fresh Market pizza dough that I'm using today. And we're going to build it up. I've sprinkled some flour onto our work surface. Spread it around, get it on your hands and probably all over the place. That's what happens when we do this. Now our dough ball is going down on our floured surface. Coat it up. And we're going to just start stretching it out. It might get kind of loud. There's a thunderstorm moving through. Well, it's coming. Get in the center. Stretch it out, go back to the edges. Stretch it out some more. And this is going to be a round pizza, like the last one I made. We're going to just put it on the surface. Keep stretching the edges out. The pizza pan that I bought at the chef store is a 16-inch round pan. So it's a pretty good size round pizza pan. And we're nicely shaped. Crust is still a little bit thick in some spots. We're going to get it onto our pan and make it the perfect shape. Our crust is on our pan lined with parchment. We're going to stretch it out to the edges. Make it fit perfectly. This piece right here is hanging off, so here it comes, the thunder, lightning and the thunder. Okay, now I'm gonna just roll it in a little bit and pinch it up. So the edge crust we raised. Pull and pinch, pull and pinch. Boom, it's banging up out there. Okay, let's stretch. Now, we're gonna pierce it all over with a fork to keep air bubbles from popping up while it's baking. All pierced up and spread out. And now we're gonna put on the toppings. The first thing we're gonna do is brush this base with our seasoned roasted garlic oil. Go around the edges first. And then just a light brush all over. That's just going to flavor it up. It's really not a sauce because our sauce, which isn't really a sauce, is the seasoned ricotta, and that's going to be going on next. And now here it comes. Let's start with this much and see where it goes. I'm going to keep it inside the raised crust. And we're going to top it completely off, because this cheese will run. Usually it's important to use a binder with ricotta cheese, like an egg or something. But I'm not going to do it this time. Our thin layer of ricotta is on. And now we're going to move up with our next ingredient, our spinach and arugula blend. And that's going to go underneath the other cheese, but on top of the ricotta. Stems pointing in, not on the crust. Inside. Okay, let's organize this and get it on. Our spinach is on. The bigger baby spinach leaves are around the edge, and the smaller spinach leaves and arugula are in the center. The next thing that's going on is some shredded mozzarella. Sprinkle that around to protect our spinach and give us some string cheesiness. Our mozzarella is now on. I think that's going to be a good amount. Next, for a little color and a little zing, we're going to add some sliced red onions. And just a light layer. I like onions on my pizza. You can skip this if you don't want them. But they're going to add a little color, a little crunch, a little onioniness. And they're pretty thin slices. Our onions are on, looking good. And I didn't use all the ricotta, and I had a thought that I want to maybe do a few little dollops of the ricotta on top. Let's see how that goes. Here's some of our seasoned ricotta. We're just gonna drop little bits randomly around, because this will run too. But it's gonna make our pizza pretty creamy and pretty tasty. Pretty garlicky. And I think that will do it. And maybe I'll take what's left here and make like some lasagna roll-ups or something like that with it. Now we're gonna finish it off with a 4-cheese Italian blend shaved crust. And it's not gonna be much of that, just enough to give it a little flavor, give it a little sharpness, give it a little crust. Some of these are pretty thickly shaved, so I gotta be careful. Stay on the crust, you. Okay. Our ricotta, spinach, arugula, and onion pizza is ready to go in the oven, and it's gonna take about 20 minutes. And we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. It looks good enough going in. Our ricotta, greens, and onion pizza is done. Edges are nice and browned. The cheese is nice and browned and bubbly. It smells fantastic. And now we're gonna slice it and serve it. Here's our ricotta pizza on a plate. We're gonna top it off with a little bit more of those Italian herbs. And maybe a balsamic drizzle would be good on this one too, but it seems like I do that too often. So we're just gonna garnish it with our herbs. And here we are, looking yummy and ready to serve. Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of Flatbread Friday. This came out really good, and it's very pretty, and smells really good too. And now we're gonna take a bite. So yummy, creamy, cheesy, and the onions give it a little crunch. And it was a good thing to do with the stuff that I had on hand, and we'll see you again soon.